Hey, everybody. This is going to be part 3 of the list. George, the fellow that posts these and helps sometimes, said that he really wanted to see more. So here we are. This is a 2-dawn game, and we're going to look at some ideas that pop up and use the list to solve them. All regular stuff. Black doesn't follow Joseki here. This is a mistake. So far, it's all good. Okay. Let's use the list here. And we're going to ask, are we okay? Let's spend just a moment writing out. Okay, so you see that question 1, am I okay? We talked about this before, but let's just go over some real simple stuff. I love the question. It's simple, easy to just think without even thinking. You check your groups, am I okay? But you don't have the right to ask the question unless you understand the long version of the question. So let's talk about the long version. I think we did this in video 1 of the list. So if you ask, am I okay? No, my A group is weak. Oh, so I'm going to defend my A group. No, because your B group is bigger and weaker. Oh, so I'm going to defend my B group. Right. So we need to know how many weak groups we have. Also, as we know, some stones are completely unimportant. Others are profoundly important. So we want to know how many weak groups or important stones do I have? Okay, so we repeat the question. How many weak groups or important stones do I have? That's the long version. Now, if you can just keep that in your head, like what does am I okay mean? Then we can just, am I okay? It's not hard. It's just a thought. You just look out of habit. Now, the answer is usually 0 or 1. So, am I okay? Question 2, same thing. How many weak groups or important stones does he have? And we can just ask, is he okay? But on question 3, it's a little different. What's big? Or more specifically, I won't type it out. How many big areas are there? Well, since there's usually 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 big areas, you have to count them every time. Or else you're going to miss the biggest one. I've seen it more often than not. As a matter of fact, you'll usually dismiss one as, well, that's obviously not worth counting. That's usually the big one because of special characteristics that you haven't noticed yet. So count all the big areas when it's time to count big areas. And what I do is I toss out the ones that are clearly unimportant because of the characteristics. And I whittle them down. Okay, here's the ones left that are big, and then you compare them and choose. Okay, so that's just a really brief how to use the list. Okay, Back to the game. Okay, so we want to defend our A group. Is there any other white groups we can help? No. It's not entirely true. We could play here, but that's not an important white stone that we're helping. So it's not actually not on the list. It's not important. Okay. Is there black we can hurt? Yeah. This B stone is not necessarily attached home. So as long as we make sure the cutting stone, let me mark it, as long as we make sure the C stone is dead, can we also hurt B? Yeah. Just a second, get on the right button here. So we've saved our stone and hurt black. So we've done a two-purpose move while this is a one-purpose move. Okay, continuing on. Oh, we still have a ladder, but ladder means he gets a ladder breaker. We much prefer the net. So we want to defend this still to get a net. Can we do that while helping white? No. Can we do that while hurting black? Yeah. This threatens. This hurts that black stone. And we did it in Sente. So the list brings us, we're settled, we've got everything fixed, and we have Sente. Now this black player, Tudon, friend of mine, plays here. It's like, good move. Capture the cutting stone. The Dawn level means that you have mastered the basic stuff. For instance, capture the cutting stone. A Q player might think, well, that's not really important right now. Or could think lots of things, or maybe he doesn't even see it. I don't know. But capturing it, good. Now, as he gets stronger, he'll start realizing, I can do that. I can do a better job capturing it. Okay, let's go forward. From black's perspective, is the A stone weak? No, it's alive. It's connected. It's not a problem. Is the B group, is there any other weak black group? No. Is there a weak white group? That B group can run to the center, side, other center. No, it can get an eye. It's not weak. So what's this? Not even on the list. It's a 10% move, maybe 30 tops. So he should be playing a big move. Get on with the opening. Okay. So Dawn players, not that great. I mean, yeah, you'd all love to be one, but strength starts around 4 Dawn. 4 Dawns start, yeah, they're getting strong. They're not consistent enough. But in my mind, that's when strength starts at 4 Dawn. Okay. And when you go up the ladder, I thought I was getting places when I got to 6 Dawn. Ooh, I'm just, handing out all these handicap stones and beating everybody, and that's great. Then you sit down with the 7 Dawns. Okay, I could do that. Then you sit down with the 8 Dawns. Oh my Lord. Any little weakness, they are on you like nobody's business. So really had to clean up my game to play with the big boys. Okay, back to the game. I do tend to ramble. Okay, so let's figure out white's move. Is this A group now weak? Well, black can now play B or C to remove the eye. So white doesn't have that eye at all. White used to be able to run to the center casually. Not anymore. Now it's a step that's stopped. It's much more difficult, not a clean run at all. Yeah, we can go here, but the point is it has been limited. So all of a sudden, a black move in here, again, we're not saying white's dead, but white is now on the defensive. So we're going to be defending our A group. As we do that, can we help another white group? No. Can we hurt a black group? No. Can we do it while playing in a big area? Yes. Nice big move. Defense and playing in a big area. Two-purpose move, very big. Let's look a little further. Let's look, for instance, at this one. We're still defending. We're growing the top, which is nice, and we're reducing black's potential area. Right? So if black tries to counter, who's getting more? White's getting, it looks like half the board. Black's getting perhaps a third. So this has more purposes. This also has a hole, right? So now you have to come back and fix the hole. And all of a sudden it looks like black is starting to get out of control a little bit. So center seems better here, but it's a hard call. But follow the list, and when you get the information from the list, you can either follow it directly or make some decisions, conclusions based on it. White plays here. Black really doesn't punish. And white ends up with a wonderful top area. Yeah, very nice looking. Black threatens that space. Let's use the list. We're going to help A by making sure it's connected to B. What else can we do? Help another white group? No. Hurt black? No. But that top area, that's a big area. Can we do that and really help take that area? Yeah. This move makes any black entry very hard. Well, for instance, this, a one-purpose move, black can come in easily. So one-purpose move, two-purpose move. Hopefully you're seeing the list. As you recurse through the list, you can get more and more purposes, and the move gets better and better. Okay. Black. The rights become huge. We have to come in. And we're going to switch and use my 2-item list for invasions, which you probably heard in one of my earlier videos, but we'll look at it here. Item 1. Can I play a gote move and be safe? If so, play it. You have now invaded and you are safe. You've succeeded. Let's not go to step 2 yet. Let's see if this move is safe. White's run into a brick wall here. Let's imagine it thicker. It's like, granted, I added a black stone, but you see how white's just playing too close to thickness. This is not safe. So here it's better, but not so good. But questionable. I'm not ready to say it's wrong because, what if you peep first and then come down? Okay, better. Still, you're kind of close to thickness. I am cautious, to say the least. Okay. If we try it here, little half step, no good. So you either make a judgment call and say, because of the peep, I think this is okay. Well, err on the side of comfort, not on the side of, I think I can live. We don't want to get to this place where we're struggling. Okay, so assuming we can't play a gote that's safe, we play a sente move, a forcing move. In effect, we're getting 2 moves in a row. The first move is for free because he has to respond, and we just give up that stone, but we're going to use it. Let's mark all the forcing moves in the area. Boom, 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 dun, 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 dun. Is that all? That's all the forcing moves in the area that I can see at the moment. I'm going to start getting rid of ones that are not in the big area. Dun, 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 dun. Okay. Now I'm going to get rid of L and K because even though they're in the big area, they're far away. They still don't, they're not exactly in it. So get rid of those. A, no help at all. Almost literally no help. I mean, it's nothing. B, white black exchange. Yeah, we got to move, but now he's thick. Not much help. Of the 4 remaining, D is the move that is in the area. Right? That's right in the area. So D. Now, we did that process long version so that we could see it take place. Your job, if you want to invade, which in this case is necessary, you would look at forcing moves and you go, well, of all of them, A and B probably look best. Those are the ones that are corner and side. And of them, B's the one that's more directly where we want to be. Okay, onward. Oh, and let's look at what that might look like. Boom, and let's have black play here. Back to the 2-item list. Can we play a gote move and be safe? There are a few things to read out, but let's say no for this. Let's just say no for the sake of seeing what we're doing. Because this is a little interesting, right? I mean, this is very possible. This is looking good. But I want to use the list, our 2-item list, so let's say no. Then we play another forcing move. Now, the logical forcing moves here would be A and B. A is the one that's playing on the side and getting out. So without much reading, that would be my first choice. Now, let's stay away from what's the right choice and just go with how would we normally think this through? Well, B, to me, being off, it's kind of like black got the entire biggest area. Yeah, but we lived in the corner. Yeah, but the side was what we were concerned about and we didn't take it away. So whether this is right or wrong for white, I want to stay on track, which leads us here. Let's assume white plays this way, and we ask, can we play our gote move and be safe? Well, again, there's some shape here, and maybe, but doesn't it look like ko? It's like, well, no, we want to do better than ko, so let's play another forcing move. Okay, Tari, all of a sudden, we are just downright alive. So the idea is when you want to invade, you play forcing moves until the path is clear and you either live or run out or something downright comfortable. Okay, so hopefully that, I kind of rushed through it, but all I want you to do is see the idea. He plays here. This black move might seem suspicious. I kind of like it. One might think this is bigger. Yeah, but remember that move? This is these 2 white moves are really working well together. And black's like, I don't want you doing that. And this seems harder to me for white than this does. Anyway, so we're here. Black proceeds aggressively. We don't know where our group is yet. These are two moves that, who knows, we might end up giving them both away. I don't know. But making them touch, using them together, helping them both at the same time as we hurt black, there's that list again. We're helping, hurting black. Three-purpose move. Boom, boom, boom. Easy to follow the list on this stuff. We can help ourselves as we hurt him. And now we finally, things are starting to settle, and it looks like A is going to be our real group, and B is going to be our helping stones. So it's only natural to use our helping stones as we help our main group. As we apply the list here, a few things come to mind. Let's start directly with helping our A group. There's a cut there. So saving the cut makes sense. And we have helping moves at B. So if I wanted to save my cut right now, which I don't think I would, but let's assume that for a moment, I would save it here because now I have, right, he can't cut on one's, my first move there is very helpful in my eye shape. This white player played here, and now if we look at the same move, it's not nearly as powerful. So if I was going to play that, I would play it here. I think I kind of didn't quite make sense there, but I'll leave it to you to work that out. And ask questions in the comments. I'll certainly respond. Another idea is simply using up the stones right now. But now you have to come back. I think we can get more use out of them than that. For instance, there's something else going on here, the peep. Well, first, this peep is huge. We just took the entire top of the board. I don't care if we lose these stones now. I'm making up moves, but I just want to draw the picture, right? Just drawing a picture here. It's massively large. So the peep is very powerful. Now, I haven't gone through and figured out, is this the correct timing? I don't want to figure it out because that's called work, and I don't like work and go. Most of my go is, even when I'm giving lessons, is just fun, you know. But if indeed it looks like this, then it worked out perfectly. Like, well, that worked out. So you plug in the factors and work through the list and come up with what you think the hierarchy is. You might decide, you know, because of this and that, I think this is best. He defends, I'll just get this in. And then I'll get my Atari, and I'll fix. And hey, complete success. We reduced black tremendously and ended up with a very healthy group. You don't need perfection. Just get good, solid results. One done's not a problem. If you ask 100 professionals their, I don't know how to phrase it, favorite time in their career, they'll all tell you it's when I became professional one done, because that's a huge step. Oh, but then you got to two done. Yeah, I got to two done. But when I got to one done, I've made it. You know, it's a big deal. Same thing with amateur level. I remember getting to one done. I was so happy. God, it's embarrassing how happy I was. I'm at one done. God, I loved that. I was happy when I got to six done, but I was happier when I got to one done. Okay. Well, when there's two professionals I'm thinking of right now. When one said, "Oh, I can't give you 4 stones." Whoa, pardon me, what did you just say? Oh, I can't give you 4 stones. And this guy is massively strong. And then the other one, well, looks like I can't give you 3 stones anymore. Like, oh my God, talk about making me happy. Wow. You can hear it in my voice. That was exciting. Okay. Boom, boom. Okay. Seems a reasonable direction to go. Lots to do in that direction. And here, as we apply the list, I won't go through the details because it's incredibly boring and monotonous to you and me. But check out weakness, weakness, weakness. White has, with a small amount of reading, White has every right to Hana here. And does. Good for him. It's not an easy one to see because, oh, there's Ataris everywhere. We're in such trouble. No, Black's the one in trouble. And fix. All makes sense. But it's still not the right move. Let's look at why. We're going to do a little list work here. We're White and we ask, am I okay? No. My A group isn't settled yet. B and A can't be separated, so they're the same. But this B stone, that's a valuable stone. Invading the bottom, producing eye shape, valuable. So we're now defending the B stone. As I defend the B stone, can I hurt Black? Well, we're not going to be hurting that A stone. No. So no. As I defend the B stone, can I play in a big area? Well, the bottom's awfully big. So cutting all this short, this move defends perfectly well. And now we can jump down and not be cut. So there's 2 different ways of saving. And if you're in the habit of always doing 1, 2, 3 move readouts, and the trick about 2 and 3 move readouts, see the end in your head so that you can discern if it's good. If it's life and death, you go black, white, death. You don't need to see the surrounding characteristics. How does that affect the board? So that's reading to a conclusion. We only want 2 and 3 move readouts to see a position in our head and make a decision based on, is this good for me in general? So this being an example, it's like, oh, this move versus now I'm cut. That's huge difference. Okay. What else? Now we have to decide, are we done? How's my A group? I think different players are going to give you different answers. And this is fine. Right now, you will have an answer to the question. When you get to 1 done, the answer might be different. When you get to 5 done, the answer might be different. When you get to pro, the answer might be different. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about the right answer. Try to make rational decisions with a clear mind. That's what's going to get you further, further, further. So the A group got an eye, period. I got myself an eye. And I can get out. That's certainly enough. Am I comfortable? Well, let's see. How do I feel about the Atari? I gotta tell you, I don't like it. I'm behind enemy lines with one eye, and I'm about to lose a stone. It's like, well, I've got two stones, the two B stones that have been wonderful so far to me. Yeah, I'm giving them up, but they've been wonderful. Can I still use them? Yeah, those three black stones, we can mess with them. Then we do a little reading in our head. Atari, save. Okay, that's nothing. Dead Blackstone, that's nothing. Atari. Uh-oh, he has to save his stones, has to connect out. Okay, that worked for us. So you start doing a little reading and you make a decision. Does this work? And lo and behold, it works. He's going to Hane, and we can decide, do we get out or connect? That's a good question. Decide, connect or get out. You would do some reading. You might decide I'm just going to save, and I'm virtually alive. And I still have a Sente there if I want it. And who knows, I might peep first and then do the Atari and then walk out. I mean, who knows what's going to happen in the future? Lots of things happen, right? Oh, this is looking good. Atari, threaten to kill. He saves. Oh, and then we threaten to cut. He's got to disconnect, and all of a sudden we're ripping him to shreds, So many things can happen. Okay, that was me rambling. He plays away. Now remember, he's Tudon. His center group is strong, is virtually alive. It can get messed with, which isn't good, but it's alive, and this is a really big move. So what's the problem? Well, at the Tudon level, that's not much of a problem. But he needs to learn more about getting his groups comfortable and use the Aji at his disposal. And he will. He's at the moment actively doing that. Last night we had a great time, spent an hour looking at, deep Don stuff in his games, and we're both going, oh, and then there's this, and we're both excited. It's fun. Okay, I think that's probably it. Let's just look at a little bit here. He got 2 moves away. That's big. Now, he didn't get comfort, and he didn't use his Aji stones, but he got 2 moves away. Is there something wrong with that? Well, those are great questions. Comes in, and the game continues. So we'll stop there. Okay, so we saw some list stuff. We got laid out a couple definitions, saw some examples, and I hope it was all helpful. Okay, we'll catch you all later. Bye.